So how you guys doing? This is your girl Dagnet, the African blogger. I have to talk loud because I realize when I'm sitting out here on the beach underneath my Palava hut. Who want to see my Palava hut? See my beautiful Palava hut? When I'm sitting here on the ocean, you see the beautiful ocean view behind me. I don't know if you can see me. I can't see myself in the video. But I have to talk very loud because when I go back and play my video, the breeze, you can barely hear my voice, even though I have a big mouth and I have a loud mouth. But I'm trying to be very loud today. But I've been watching the news, there's war going up in America. That dude went and took our Venezuela President Maduro. I'm not saying I'm a fan of him, neither one of them. Then he went and took her, is it the other people, because of YouTube strikes and all those stuff, you gotta be careful some words not allowed. He took the other guy out. Iran somewhere. Okay, he took the other guy out. There's bombs and missiles. Listen, you guys, point here is it's time for you guys to pack your bags and come home. Some of the dreams and visions that God shows some of us, the breeze is heavy, so I hope you can hear me. Some of the dreams and visions that God shows some of us, it looks like it's coming to pass. That he said that ship called Babylon is a sinking ship. Jump off or sink along with it. And when I say Babylon, it's not just America, beloved. That's all of the Western nation. All the Western nations abroad. All of you guys in the diaspora. Y'all need to start seriously considering packing your bags, packing your battle bag, and haul ass and coming up home. If you're going to live up in a tent, beloved, that is still paradise because it's your own piece of land, your own piece of tent. You got to pay mortgage. Mortgage is a morgue. You know the word morgue is a death grave, a 30 years or 40 years death grave. In the Western nation, you don't own land. You rent it and you lease it indefinitely. You know you don't own it. They will not lie to you. I was there. You buy the house, you pay mortgage. When you finish the mortgage, you gotta do property tax. You gotta pay card note. You gotta pay insurance. You pay for the land. But here in Africa, the continent, when somebody say they buy a house, it's their house. When the person say they own that car belongs to them for life. There's no mortgage, there's no car, and all that. You pay cash. Hello, somebody. This is a cash society. Where you live is a credit society, and that credit bubble is about to burst. Hello, somebody. When China got all of is it 80%, 90% of America's debt, China has it. And if China don't like you and they own all your debt, they can use that against your, the tariff war between America and China. I'm not even sure what became of that yet, but that will cause prices of things coming from China. Prices will begin to go up. And if that happens, guess what? People will start shipping the thing from China to Africa, and then from Africa to America to avoid all those high prices and tariffs and stuff. That's another good business idea for some of you to come here, open up your shipping business. Hello, because if America and China go through the tariff war, they continue the tariff war, and Trump he refused to bend and bow. China refused to bend and bow. The two boastful, arrogant, prideful men, because it takes two prideful people to fight. A humble man and a prideful man cannot fight. But two boastful, arrogant, prideful people that have a huge ego bigger than the earth, it takes two people with pride. It takes two prideful persons to fight and to keep the fight going. So when China decides to not to back down with the tariff, things will get expensive. Shipping things from China to America will become expensive. So people, those who are in business, will find other ways and other means how to get their things to America at a reasonable price. That's where you come in to open your business or your shipping company. Your export and import and export from China. You can ship them from China to Liberia, from Liberia to America. Find a way. That's a way. Even though people think it's expensive because maybe you're using one or two or three people, but there are means and other ways of shipping things. Start sitting and thinking. Start brainstorming. Start mobilizing. Start putting your heads together. Get two or three people of like minds. Go somewhere in the mountains, somewhere, lock yourself up and start brainstorming of ways to get an idea now, because they're talking about WAR. I can't say something worse, you know that. So please, beloved, I want you guys to take things seriously. When God told me 3 years ago, the video is on YouTube, it's on my channel. When he told me 3 years ago, I'm sending you home to go and prepare a place for my people because there's going to be a mass exodus. It didn't make sense to me at that time. I'm like, mass exodus. And I saw in the dream, in the vision, I had it more than once, several different times, over and over. And when something repeats itself, you know what I mean. Read your scripture. When you see Jesus or the Holy Spirit or the apostles repeating something. You know what I mean when something is repeated 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So I had that encounter several times, and I saw people running from America and running from the Western nation. Some of them with just the clothes on the back, other with the bundles of load. Just how you used to see Africans and people from third world nation, how you used to see them running from their country with just the bundles of loads or something with the clothes on their back with children and babies and all. That's how I saw people running, a mass exodus, running out of the Western nation, running out, and they're running into where you go. They were running for refuge. Guess where? What you call third world nation. Africa, the Caribbean, Haiti, New Mexico, Mexico, Brazil. The places that some people consider to be third world nation is where they were rushing into. You see there? The first will be the last, and the last will be the first. God's about to flip the script and flip things around. So you guys consider. I also always like to ask the question: who decided what's a first and what's a third world nation? A bunch of ruling, evil, demonic, satanic, selfish, self-centered, egotistical narcissists got together and decided these nations are first world, these are second world, and these are third world. They are the same one who decide who goes into office. Presidents are not elected, they are selected, if you don't know that by now. And they start those parties, the Democrat, the Republican, the CDC, the so you guys can be fighting each other, so just to distract you from what's really going on beneath the surface. It's all a distraction. The Democrat, the Republican, the CDC, the LDC, all the different political parties, they are nothing more than one serpent with two heads. When you see behind the scene, they are all doing the same thing, and they are using us as nothing more than a pawn, or we are nothing more than a casualty in the demonic schemes, or we are nothing more than collaterals in the demonic schemes. But wake up, beloved, wake up. All of you guys who say, I don't want to go to Africa, you see what's happening now? Where can you run? Where can you run? Beloved, Africa and what you call third world nation will become a place of refuge. Oh yes, not a city, a place of refuge. So I hope you guys are paying attention. I want you guys to take this time seriously and begin to fast and pray. Take some quiet time, shut up some of the news, seek the Lord for specific instruction, what to do, when to do it, how to do it, where to go, when to go, and how to go. Some people want to know, when I first came home 3 years ago, you can get a 1-bedroom, I was renting a 2-bedroom apartment in Monrovia, that area. I have to shout because of the breeze. I don't know if you guys can hear me. And I'm bringing my camera close to my, ooh, the breeze, Lord, the breeze. I had to change background. This is much clearer. I can see myself better now. It's a little bit clearer now because the sun is in front of me. Where I was sitting, the sun was behind me, so it was a little bit dark. Now it's clearer because the sun is facing me, so you can see the daylight. That's my outdoor kitchen back there. So now, what was I saying? I have to speak loud because the breeze. What was I saying? Some of you need to start mobilizing and getting some ideas. Like I was saying, the apartment. When I first came home, I was renting a 2-bedroom and 2-bathroom apartment in Monrovia, Painesville area. It was going for $300 a month, but I negotiated with a lady and she gave it to me for $250 a month. And you have to pay. Some places in Liberia and maybe most parts of Africa, you have to pay. They will allow you have to pay your rent up front. Some people take 6 months, some people take 1 year. There's no month to month. That's the only thing here in Africa, or most part of Africa. You have to pay your rent up front. They don't do every month because they don't know you. We don't have credit system here, so they do up front. So I pay my 1 year up front. So let's say your rent is $300 a month. Food, if it's just you alone, I might have to sit down and do another budget. I have done a budget video when I first came 3 years ago. I might have to sit down and do another budget video, but let's just do this in a nutshell. This is just a round-up figure. So your rent is $300 a month. Let's say the LEC bill, I will pay my LEC bill. I used to tap it up maybe $50, $60. I used to put in my LEC is Liberia Electricity Corporation that provides light. So LEC about $50. I used to pay $50 to $60 a month. My phone maybe another $30 to $40 a month because I wanted to do phone and internet. What else? Food can be between $30 to $60 a month, depending on where you live and depending on your appetite. I'm being honest. Because I know there's some places, some neighborhood, you buy one good size pineapple, you can get it for maybe $500 to $600 Liberian dollar. You go to another neighborhood, that same size of pineapple, you can get it for $1,200 Liberian dollars. Liberty, you get to me? 200 Liberty equals $1 US. So it all depends on the neighborhood where you live and your appetite. So you add a $300 for your rent. You add they make it $60 for your electricity bill, maybe another $60 for your internet and your phone, and then your food you can make it between 40 to 60 depending on your appetite and where you live. Then transportation, if you don't have a car, I will tell you to allocate for transportation. You can allocate depending how often you travel, how frequent you travel, and where you're traveling to and from. You can do between $20 to $50 a month depending where you're traveling. You might like to travel and be comfortable sometimes when I'm traveling, because they will put 2 person in the front seat. Yes, Lord help us. I say no, I'll pay for another person. Anybody gonna squeeze me up in the front seat here, so I pay for the whole front seat. I mean, I pay for myself and another person, so I pay for 2. So all depends where you're traveling to and how comfortable you want to be when you're traveling. You can try to rough it out the first 1 or 2 years and do that sacrifice until your business grows up wonderful. Because I rough it up for almost 2 years, and now I'm reaping the benefit. Now I've been here almost 3 years. I have not been able to clean my house for 3 years. Not because I don't know how to clean house, not because I'm dirty. I want to do it because they need freak, but because I have people to do it for me. That's what I mean to say. But I rough it up. In the midst of that, I still rough it up. I did my rough up video. I call it the brutal truth about moving home. Go listen to it. I rough it up. I used to take back in the bucket. I used to go in the bush, take the shovel, dig the hole, do my number 2 there, number 3 there. Yes, I used to boil the water, put in the thing, and take bath like this. Until now, I got my rain shower head. But sometimes you have to rough it up. But I even made up my mind at that time when I came home. I said, even if worst comes to worst, and nothing works out, nothing pan out, at least I have my piece of land. I was waiting. I had my mind set up and made up that even if I put my little tent or a zinc rack or a mud hut on my land, grow my food, raise my chickens, my dogs, my animals, my cattle, eat my good clean food, I will still be happy than living in the Western nation, your modern day slavery lifestyle, your concrete jungle. I would have still been happy, and I would still be happy. But bless God, because I listened to the call of God to come home and prepare a place for his people. Things worked out for me. Like I said, everything wasn't 100% perfect and peachy and rosy, and I did that video for that reason, to let you know what I went through, that everything's not going to be perfect and peachy and rosy. But in life, even you, when you left and you packed up your bags and went to America, I have to put on the shades, the sun, how I look? What's up? Even you, when you pack up your bags and went on to the Western nation, whether US, UK, Canada, Australia, Germany, no matter where you went, you had to rough it out for a little bit. Things weren't easy. Sometimes some of you had to sleep on somebody's floor, sleep in somebody's couch. You have 3 or 4 or 5 of you in one bedroom. You had to rough it out. Now you have your own house or your own condo, your own apartment, whatever. You have your own space. So you had to rough it out. So you have your mindset and made up that you can rough it out in a foreign nation, a foreign man's land. But to come to your own country to rough it out, to re-establish yourself back into your country, you say no problem. You don't even have to rough it out. Just make sure all the money you made, come down here, build a nice mansion and everything, and then you can take it easy. But if you don't have the money to build a mansion, relax and live the kind of life that you're used to living in the States or wherever you're coming from, then come and make up your mind to rough it out a little bit. We have to learn to do that. You see what's going on? So beloved, the breeze is plenty over here, so I hope you guys can hear me. So please start mobilizing, start getting some people together, like mind, like passion, like this area. I always think about creating a city that is self-sustainable. Varetra city, to be a city that is self-sustainable, to live like the Amish. Look how the Amish living. You buy your 2-acre farmland, the next person buy the 3 acres, somebody else buy the 5 acres farmland. In the back of you have your farmland and your land behind in the back of your house. You grow your tomatoes, you grow your vegetables, your peppers, your onions, your okras. Another person can use their farmland, grow some rice. Somebody raise their chickens, and we begin to live like a community that we don't even need the outside world. So even when they say, if they unleash another pandemic, we can still be self-sustainable. We have to get to the point, beloved, that individually and corporately, it's good to get a group together. People of like mind, like passion, one spirit and one voice. We have to come together and form our own communities. You can no longer sit around and fold your arms and depend on government. The word government is control men, to control the mind of men. Some of you are so used to, you're a bunch of worker bees. All you learn, even all the skills and the education system you went through in the Western nation, it just trained you to become a worker bee, just to work for somebody all the days of your life, making somebody else rich, helping somebody else fulfill their dream. Because you're working for a company, you're helping that man build his company and fulfill his dreams. What about your dreams? What about the dreams and the goals and the plans and the desires. The Bible says we are treasures in earthen vessels. What about the treasures that God has hidden inside of you before the foundation of this earth? It has been laying dormant for 5, 10, 20, 40, 50 years. And while you're helping somebody else build their dreams and fulfill their dreams, you call it work, you call it job, you call it 9 to 5. All of us got to do something. Yes, we got to start from somewhere, but do you have to end there? I repeat, we all have to start from somewhere in life and work for somebody, yes, but do you have to stay there and die there and retire there? Do you have to end there? You have so much gift laying dormant inside of you, beloved. The world has need of that gift. It's not for you. It's for the world. Come home, beloved, and let's make Africa great. I'm going to show you this beautiful Atlantic Ocean. So how you guys doing? A lot of people have been asking me. I always talk about my treats, but I forget to put the treats at the end of the video, so I figure I will start putting my treats and Angel's treat at the end of the video. Now I have another baby. His name is Panda. He's another Pomeranian, black and white, because he looks like a little panda. But anyway, now you don't have to buy me all of these treats, but if you do and you have your receipt, bring it. I'll pay for it, no problem. Or you just want to bless me an Angel, no problem. But these are just a handful of my treats. And I forgot to mention to add regular coffee. These are flavored coffee that you're seeing. These are flavored coffee. I want you to add 1 or 2 bottles or jar of coffee. It can be the instant coffee, because I don't have a coffee grinder, so I don't want to trouble somebody to buy me a coffee grinder. But if you have space in your container or your luggage and you want to buy me a nice coffee grinder, coffee machine, I'll pay for it. Okay, so whatever you can get me, fine. If you want me to pay you, no problem. And whatever you do, please do not buy me any diet stuff. I don't like any no sugar diet. I don't like none of those. I like my stuff natural, regular. Well, I know most of the stuff not natural, but I like it regular. I don't want no sugar free or diet. No. Just to buy me the regular. And I brought some with me. I think it lasted me for like a year and a half. I bought enough with me that lasted for like about a year and a half. But I'm missing some of these. I don't do them every day, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days out of the week. But I really, really would love to have some of these. If you can help me out, I will appreciate that. Thank you so much. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to do it for free. I can pay for it. Just, put in a little package when you're sending it to your people, and let me know that it's here, and I can pick it up and I can pay for it, no problem. Or you want to bring it to my house. Either way, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, guys. And we have a law on this in the land. When you come to see me an Angel, you gotta bring a small little treat, But it's not by force, by fire. So don't nobody get vexed and leave me a comment, because this is YouTube. There's some people out there. I won't even waste my energy. Thank you.